Welcome to all of those attending the Access 22 event. My name is Joe Glazer. I'm one of the Aptitude Directors supporting the Reveal program available through Aptitude. For those of you unfamiliar with Reveal, this is an additional offering for those agreements in the platform that allows an additional layer of transparency and creates a more strategic relationship with both our members and sellers. Today, we will be discussing some of the challenges our members and supplier partners face when it comes to maximizing both compliance and contract value. Kristen Wyden is a Regional Director of Owens & Minor, responsible for the Captives and the Chief relationship. Kristen, thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Joe. Thank you for having me today.
Thanks. So, Kristen, one of the biggest difficulties with our supplier partners is not only establishing a baseline of utilization, but also ensuring that there's some sort of path to action. How has Reveal assisted Owens & Minor in their ability to conduct a more impactful business review with those providers that are currently participating within Reveal?
So, Joe, I would say one of the largest hurdles when prepping for a business review is establishing a single source of data. Reveal does just that for both suppliers and members. So when preparing for the business review, Reveal allows insight into our existing portfolio, but also a view into the expansion of our portfolio. So we understand where we can add that value for the members, but it also in turns add value for us as a supplier.
Excellent. Yeah, so I think the concept of that single source of truth definitely resonates. Kristen, looking back at how some of your provider meetings were conducted before Reveal, what would you say, if you had to boil it down, would be one of the biggest advantages to having the Reveal data?
Looking back at pre-Reveal, meetings, there wasn't a lot of prep that we could do as a supplier. It was really, we scheduled meetings, and essentially it was a meeting about a meeting, right? So we would come together, we would talk about the agreement at hand. It was really relying on the hospital and health system to understand if they were compliant. And this added a lot of work. It added additional resources for them. The turnaround time was extended on conversations and action plans. So I would say absolutely, looking back and the change, and understanding pre-Reveal and post-Reveal, it's that data. It's the ability for us as a supplier to do a lot of pre-work and prepping for that meeting so that when we show up, we're having meaningful discussions, we are driving results, we are partnering with that health system and creating that roadmap to achieve compliance and to achieve that greater value for that agreement.
Now, Kristen, how would you say you've best been able to really operationalize the Reveal data using some of your internal client management systems, such as Salesforce?
Funny you ask. So Salesforce is absolutely the platform that Owens & Minor really relies on. So what we've done in the past year is we've taken that data from Reveal, and we've been able to publish that out in campaigns through salesforce.com. And this does a couple of things for us as an organization. Number one, it allows us to send out opportunities to the Salesforce that's out in the field meeting with these healthcare systems. But internally, it also allows us to create dashboards and understand, number one, where are the individual representatives at with their opportunities, as well as understand for us as an organization and a manufacturer planning. So we can understand where's the opportunity, what is, the value, what are the products associated, and we can do a lot of internal planning ourselves. So I would say Salesforce is absolutely where we've been taking the Reveal data and creating those campaigns and those roadmaps for our salespeople.
It's great to hear that you were kind of able to bridge that gap between both those internal systems that you utilize as well as the platform itself. Now, when it comes to the kind of support model that Aptitude and Reveal have put in place, which has been obviously a large focus over the last, I'd say, 6 to 12 months, how do you feel that some of these resources have been able to assist you in becoming more efficient during some of these internal meetings or even member discussions?
I would say that a year ago, our organization did not utilize Reveal to the extent that we use it today. We've seen significant changes and great strides being made within the Reveal platform, as well as with the Reveal support. Most recently, we've partnered with your team and we've created the quarterly dashboard reporting, which is fantastic. It's something that you provide to us. It has the compliance, it has the opportunity for additional value for those Reveal members. But also what you've done for us is you've gone in and you've added in our formularies that adds that additional value that could come from us as a supplier. So I think, that recent change is something that just exemplifies that there's investment in this platform, and us as suppliers and even as members, it's something that we can see is growing. It's becoming more valuable. We now use this on a daily basis within our organization.
So, Kristen, I know you've been utilizing this Reveal data for some time now. Do you have any real-world examples of how you've been able to utilize this data with one of our provider partners?
What comes to mind would be more recently a large health system on the East Coast. They had a new supply chain manager come into a role, and he reached out and he asked for us to set up a meeting, and he wanted to understand his current contract commitment, where he was landing in compliance, and just have a discussion about the agreement. So we set up the call, and pre-meeting, our team was able to go into Reveal. We could pull the reporting that was associated to that agreement, compile the data so that when we got to the actual meeting, we had a very meaningful conversation. We were able to partner with this member to drive compliance and add that additional value for them for that specific agreement. So I would say absolutely the impact of Reveal there was that one single meeting, we were able to create and partner on that roadmap for the future. And we did it all in one single meeting. So absolutely more efficient and more effective for us as a supplier, but also that health system.
Excellent. I know that when we talk about some of the value of the data itself, it's kind of easy to see through competitive utilizations can be valuable, but I think those real world examples really kind of take that point and drive it home. So thank you. Well, Kristen, thank you again for your time today. Truly appreciate it. We continue to appreciate your kind of continued partnership as well, not only with Aptitude, but also with the Reveal program.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for having me today.